Well, now he goes under center for the first time in a Bears uniform, starting QB against the Vikings at Soldier Field Sunday. It's a long time to wait to see your first-round pick on the field, but Grossman took starters reps today inside the Payton Center, and he's the man against the Vikings, who lead the league in interceptions and figure to go blitz crazy against a rookie QB playing for the first time.
As long as we have enough guys to block them, I throw deep, you know. But if we have to throw hot, you know, I can do that too. Just got to get away from center quick and make a good read and get the ball out accurately.
I know that he's got the skills, you know, but it's a much different game than obviously he's ever been involved in before.
The Bears are not considering this a give-up situation because they have so much confidence in Grossman's arm and his field presence. Everybody's doing what they can to get him ready, even the man he's replacing.
He's kind of shoved under the gun in front of the barrel, so to speak, but, you know, he's going to be fine. You know, he's young, he's full of energy, and, you know, he's a pretty strong arm, and he's a pretty intelligent guy, so he's going to be able to come out and have a good time, I think.
You know, our main thing is go out there and win, no matter who's his quarterback. We just got to help Rex out, get him in a rhythm, get him going, and get him some confidence early in the game. And I think that'll be key.
Everybody want to know what he can do, and everybody want to talk to the people that seen him play at Florida. Something they want to know so bad, and now he's going to play. Everybody's just on edge. They ready.
That's where Grossman will begin to the cheers of the crowd here in Chicago. Taking a look at the guys up front, you mentioned Mitchell making his first ever start, and Metcalf getting the start in place of Valerio Mitchell, going for the injured Mike Gandy this week. Backs and receivers, the A-Train is back for the second straight week. White and Booker, the wide receivers. Desmond Clark is the tight end. Soda. Anthony Thomas picks up 4 yards on the run. This Viking defense on second down. There's Thomas again. And Thomas going to be close to that first down marker. Gain of 5 on the play. Paul Ettinger comes on for the 38-yard field goal attempt. He struggled this year up and down. He's missed 5 of his last 9. Didn't have an attempt last week and missed his only 2 the week before. Gets this one up and through, and so the first series led by Rex Grossman leads to 3 points. Bears on top of the Vikings early here at Soldier Field. This Bears defense is playing a lot better than it was the first time these two teams met back in week 2. That's when the Vikings ran for 202 yards on the ground against them. Seemed to be trying the same formula this week. And so far, at least early on, it is working. 3 wide receivers in for the Vikings on first down. All right, JB, second and short. Culpepper stepping up, cut from behind for the sack. Alex Brown, leading sack man for this Bear defense, one that has the fewest sacks in all the National Football League, but he's now got 4.5.
Well, Alex Brown is the right end, and Phillips Daniel used to play the right end. He's a young guy, and he's come on, and he's really taken this position and done a good job with it. We saw him earlier on the run game. There he is. He works inside Bryant McKinney, and he gets the sack against Dante Culpepper. Now, Culpepper wanted to go to Moss. Remember I said they set up the long pass with the short pass? But there, Jerry Azuma had great coverage, stayed right over the top of Randy Moss.
That only the 15th sack and this the 14th game for the Bears. Mo Williams caught in the backfield. Lance Briggs drops him for a loss on third down.
And not only Lance Briggs, but Charles Tillman. And Kurt, you talked about this Bears defense and how it's gotten much better after the first 6 games of this season. The last 7, their numbers have been outstanding.
3 wide receivers. They need the 22-yard line for the first. Culpepper running. Won't get there. Another sack. Alex Brown once again. Take over on downs. Ball on the 33-yard line. Anthony Thomas hitting the backfield. He keeps going and picks up 5 yards on the run.
Kurt, on that 4th down and 5, the Bears came with a blitz. Watch it. Here comes all these guys blitzing from that side, and Dante Culpepper has to hold on to the ball. So Alex Brown gets the sack, but really it's a coverage sack because these guys are all locked. If we stop it, you look man-to-man, man-to-man, man-to-man. There's nowhere for Dante Culpepper to throw.
Rex Grossman with his second series. Back to pass again and completes his first one. Desmond Clark, the tight end, gets the first reception ever from Rex Grossman. Brian Williams brings him down after pickup of 11. Thomas. Anthony Thomas. A gain of 8. Brian Russell on the tackle. Number 8 is the guy that everyone's been waiting to see here in Chicago after a 3-year career as a starter all 3 seasons at Florida. He left after his junior year. Drafted number 22 overall in the first round by the Bears this season and was one of the better young quarterbacks in all the NCAA throughout his 3 years at Florida.
The doorway was too small for him.
I don't think there are many doorways that he fits through easily. Ontario Smith once again, this time he picks up only a yard on the play. Mike Brown with the tackle. Drew the pass interference on his very first pass of the game. This time starting from the 25. Grossman going up top again for Marty Booker. Booker goes up, gets it, and is inbounds. Right over Brian Williams, a big play of 39 yards.
Wow. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass and a beautiful catch by Marty Booker.
Now there's a discussion going on among the officials. It will count.
My, nice protection. Grossman, there's his window. He had his window to throw to. I'll tell you what, a guy who's gotten tremendous criticism, offensive coordinator John Shoup, and everyone said, well, Shoup's got to open this offense up and let Grossman do what he does best, which is throw the deep ball. There it is.
Well, the Vikings have thrown the red flag out onto the field. They're going to challenge this to see whether or not Booker was inbounds. You part of the Kiss Army?
You know what? I guess I could have been. I liked them when I was a kid.
Grossman cut by David Terrell, and Terrell will pick up the first down, a gain of 14 on the play. Hasn't had many opportunities to show what he can do, having not played since the preseason. The play fake. Steps up, dumps it off to Thomas, and Anthony Thomas gets out to the 15-yard line. Let's go back. Bears and Minnesota Vikings, the final 2 games for Kansas City Chiefs this year. Robbie Abdullah with the carry. Still fighting, and Abdullah will fall forward near that first down marker. Kevin Williams with the tackle, but a nice job by Abdullah after he was stopped originally at the line of scrimmage of picking up the first. Defensive end, now a defensive tackle. 3rd down. Grossman rifles it in. Clark diving, won't get the touchdown, but should get the first down.
Well, one thing we mentioned at the beginning of this game, Kurt, was the Bears' offensive line. They got a couple starters hurt, so we wondered how were they going to protect Grossman. Man, I'll tell you what, they give him great protection here. And look at Mitchell right there. That's a beautiful pocket. Grossman has plenty of time. He has the window. He has everything he needs.
First and goal, half-yard away. Thomas. Anthony Thomas. Touchdown, Chicago Bears.
On 3rd and 1.
Rosenthal's out with a mild concussion. Don't know about his return just yet. And Lance Briggs will stop Ontario Smith right there at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, once again, we've seen this Bears defense allow the Vikings to get something going early, but stiffen up as they get closer.
And it's another young Bears player, Lance Briggs. I mean, look at these guys. Rex Grossman, his first start today. Tillman, we talked about him a lot. Briggs, we've seen a lot of plays from him. Forsey, another rookie who was impressive a couple weeks ago against Arizona. Gage is a big playmaker. And then Michael Haynes, who really is a solid guy and is on him. And it looks like Mike Brown is stepping back to help out. No.
Bears showing blitz, they come. Quick pass, Kleinsaucer, and he's knocked down in the open field by Jerry Azuma.
What a hit. What a hit by Azuma. Nicely this season. former running back in college, an incredible athlete, leads the National Football League in kickoff returns, but it's this play at safety that is so impressive to me, Curtis. He covers well, he's physical, he's smart, and then when he has to make a tackle, there he does. He makes it with passion. I think they will because the Vikings have not gotten pressure on him.
Quick pass to the sideline, caught and out of bounds by Marty Booker.
They haven't gotten pressure, and they didn't get pressure on that one. Not only with his arm strength, but the decisions that he's made. Now, here's where he was early. He got some pressure on him and wasn't successful. Now, here's his first completed pass to Desmond Clark, the tight end. After that, he got time, and once he had time, he did this. Deep ball to Marty Booker. That set up this touchdown, and the only touchdown so far in the game. So, did you see how Rex Grossman started? Only completed 20% of his passes. But since then, 5 for 8, 63%, and a lot of yards. Down, another to prevent a first down.
Eddie Johnson on to punt. R.W. McQuarters, 4th in the NFL in punt returns. Makes a move. Got tripped up from behind by Russian Jones, and that may have saved a touchdown.
He just let Bobby Gray come right through.
3rd and long. Culpepper being chased, hit by Michael Haynes. And he's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Really nice job by Michael Haynes. You know, Michael Haynes had to come through 3 blockers to get to Dante Culpepper. Look at him. There's 3 guys right there. 1, 2, and 3. He goes around the whole bunch of them and gets the pressure on Dante Culpepper. We have talked about the rookies for these Chicago Bears all day, from Rex Grossman on offense and then all across the defense. Tillman and Briggs, and now Michael Haynes comes up with a big play as well.
Eddie Johnson, bad snap, he loses it. And he is rocked right at the 20-yard line by Rabi Abdullah, but another special teams miscue by this Viking squad. They gone wrong for Minnesota. No gain by Thomas, so it's 2nd and 10. Grossman. Caught by Marty Booker. Booker will pick up 4 yards on the reception.
You talk about accuracy. You talk about poise.
On 3rd down, quick pass. David Terrell, 1st and goal, Chicago.
Another big completion and conversion. You know what? We talk about this guy being calm, cool, and collected. Here he was in That is not the body language of a rookie who's nervous, and he has not played nervous. Holding, which was kind of questionable. That one wasn't questionable at all.
Backs him up to the 20. Anthony Thomas following his blockers. Thomas gets it down back inside the 10-yard line.
You said following his blockers, and you know, it can't be too difficult a thing to follow Aaron Gibson because there's so much of him out there. He's an easy guy to spot. And watch Aaron Gibson get out here and put the block on Natil. Look at that. I mean, he just knocks Natil right into the dirt.
And Gibson, a guy who basically saved his NFL career this season after the injuries with Detroit and being cut by Dallas.
The play, he's going to want to throw to Justin Gage. He loves Gage. He knows he's a guy who can leap up and bring the ball down.
He goes to Gage. 2nd effort, makes the catch down inside the 5. But it'll just make it a shorter field goal. So Paul Ettinger, who already has a field goal from 38 yards away today, will try this one from 22 out. Knuckleballer gets through. And so the lead after the turnover is now 10, 13-3.
Whether it's penalties or the botched punt.
Grossman, quick pass out to Des White, makes a move by Brian Russell, and White picks up the 1st down. Let's pick up Anthony Thomas on 2nd down through the hole, and Thomas will pick up 7 yards on the run.
Thing about running against this Vikings defense, and they've had some trouble stopping the run, is
on 3rd and short, They give it on the end around to Bobby Wade and got a little help from his friend, the center. Olin Kreutz kind of grabbed him and carried him along. First down, Bears. Why not get some help from the big fella?
Well, you get some help from Olin Kreutz, and again, there's Kreutz right here. You go to the outside. You run this ball to the outside on this defense, away from Kevin Williams up the center.
Ball right at midfield for the Bears. Grossman comes back the other way. He's got David Terrell open. Down at the 26-yard line, a pass of 24 by the rookie. And once again, he comes up big. Lead to 39. Here's the blitz. Mo Williams out of the backfield, and he won't get it. Brian Urlacher making the key stop on third down.
Well, we haven't talked a lot about Brian Urlacher today, but on this play here, the key to a screen is someone has to contain it, someone has to be inside, and then you need someone to split the blockers. And Urlacher is the guy who splits the blockers. Watch him right here. If we stop it right here, Urlacher's got to get right into there. There's the contain, there's the inside, and Urlacher splits this play down the middle and prevents a first down.
Hands it off, Anthony Thomas. Thomas picks up a couple more on the play, and we talked about the day that Grossman has had
in the interception column.
They need the 37 for the first. Desmond Clark gets it. Greg Biekert with the tackle right at the 42-yard line. A gain of 9 on a first down for the Bears, and Clark's slow to get up.
I know we're big NFL Europe fans on this crew.
Ontario Smith brought down in the backfield. Philip Daniels with a big drop for a loss of 5.
Well, Philip Daniels has been giving Everett Lindsey trouble on the passing plays. On this one, watch him right here. Look at it. He just comes right inside, rips right up underneath Everett Lindsey. And that's a big play for the Bears.
It'll officially be a loss of 4. About passing it. And the Vikings, first and goal, looking to take their first lead. But they won't on this play. Mo Williams dropped down by Mike Brown in the backfield. And there's a name we've called quite a bit on this series.
Right, and on this one here, if Mike Brown, who's the safety, is up on the line of scrimmage, so he has to make a choice to use his safety on a blitz or use his safety to help the corners in coverage.
Coming on the blitz this time. Culpepper towards the end zone. Moss fighting. Charles Tillman took it away from him. We have no signal in the end zone yet. It'll be a touchback and an interception. Tillman, the rookie, stealing it from Randy Moss and maybe stealing the victory from Minnesota as well.
It is an interception and a touchback. First and 10, Chicago on 20.
We have talked about these Bears rookies all day long. Play after play, they've delivered. Grossman on offense. Tillman, Haynes, Briggs on the defense. And Tillman just robs Randy Moss. The ball is there. It's Moss against Tillman. The ball is there for either one of them to take it. Tillman gets it. That was just a vicious, violent football play. Perfect.
The Bears will try to run out the clock. Anthony Thomas will run it for 10 yards on first down.
Boy, what a great thing for a rookie. Like I said, they blitzed, they put him in a man-on-man situation and said, okay, Tillman, you're the rookie. You're going to defeat Randy Moss. We trust you. We believe in you. And you couldn't do it better than that, Kurt. That touchdown was in Moss's hands. He deserves to strike a pose. He pulled that touchdown out of Randy Moss's hands.
And the Vikings will drop to 8-6. Chicago goes to 6-8, but more importantly, Green Bay who plays out at San Diego coming up next on Fox, has a chance to move into a first-place tie with the Vikings. But what a day for Rex Grossman, the first-round draft pick, playing in the NFL for the first time, got the start, and will leave with the victory.
He made the key deep throws, Kurt, and he also made the key 0 interceptions.
Charles Tillman's not only good, he's modest. Rex Grossman and the offense were okay, but Tillman and the defense saved the day in the end as the Bears pull one out against the Vikings. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Instant Replay. The Rex Grossman era begins today. He was not great, but solid in his Bears debut, which is about as much as anybody could ask. But the finish was more than anybody would have expected. The division-leading Vikings down 3 on the Bears 8 with a minute to play. At best, you're hoping for overtime. But Rex Grossman's not the only Bears rookie with big play potential, a point proven at Soldier Field today. Here's Grossman. He admitted he was nervous, but it wasn't debilitating or anything. No, he did play behind a patchwork line with Mike Gandy and Chris Valerial inactive. First play from scrimmage. The Bears roll him out, and long downfield it goes. Pass interference, a 33-yard penalty. That set up Paul Ettinger from 38. The good Paul was back today. And the Bears take a 3-0 lead. Vikings showing the Bears no respect early, going for it on 4th and 5 at the Bears 28. Alex Brown takes down Dante Culpepper. Brown got him twice in this series. Still first quarter, here's Grossman again. Looking long downfield for Marty Booker, and Marty caught it. What a great grab. Gain of 39 right there. Then after the quarter change, it's Anthony Thomas blasting over from the 1. 10-0 Bears. That defense is getting a reputation out there. Watch Randy Moss alligator arm this one with Charles Tillman bearing down on him. Moss playing scared. 10-3 Bears at halftime. Then in the third, a special teams goof by Minnesota. Punter Eddie Johnson fumbled the snap. The Bears get the ball back at the Vikings 20. And here's Grossman again, looking for fellow rookie Justin Gage. It led to a field goal, 13-3 Bears, where it stood on the 4th when the Vikings finally found the end zone. Culpepper to Moss. The lead cut down to 13-10. And at the 2-minute mark, the Vikings driving for the lead. Set up the screen beautifully to Mo Williams with blockers in front, running free, 37-yard gain to the Bears 8. Now 2nd down and goal. Culpepper back at quarterback, lobs it up for Moss, and Charles Tillman flat out stoned him. He ripped it out of there for the interception. Peanut Tillman makes the play of the game for the Bears against the most dangerous receiver in football. He outfought him for the ball and saves the game for the Bears. They ran out the clock thanks to the A-Train, who finished with 79 yards and 19 carries. A killer loss for the Vikings, who fall into a first-place tie with Green Bay in the NFC North. For the Bears, it's a statement of pride, and with the performance of their young players, a sign of hope for the future.
I knew the play was coming from, watching film work once again, giving shots out to Vance Bedford. He does a magnificent job of helping the DBs with our film work and our film study.
How exciting was that for you?
Very exciting. Probably the biggest play of my young career.
Our football team was emotional about the game. They clearly were playing the division leaders, and we have a point to prove. And they did it.
I think they came in wanting to run the ball, and I don't want to say you can have 200 yards rushing, but if you lose, what's the point,
That is a pretty good point. Alex Brown had a terrific day along with Charles Tillman, but it was Rex Grossman who spent the day under a microscope. And while he didn't make anybody forget about Joe Montana, he didn't make anybody remember Cade McNown either. Here's Rich King from Soldier Field.
Like the smoke from the fireworks, the euphoria of the pregame introductions carried over into the game itself. Grossman saying a pass interference call in his very first snap as a pro settled him down.
I thought I was going to be a lot more nervous than I was. The first play of the game definitely helped. I was rolling right and then just going to throw it as far as I could back to my left on a throwback to Justin. It would have been wide open had the guy not held him. So to start off with about a 40-yard penalty, put it in field goal range is, made me feel a lot more comfortable.
Grossman did show some jitters, but there was no underestimating his talent as a passer or as a leader. His throws are sharp, both over the middle and to the sidelines. And while he is confident, he is not cocky, something not lost on the veterans who were around for the Cade McNown fiasco.
He is composed in the huddle. He has a great feel for the game, it seems to me. He knows when to check out a certain plays. He knows when to call it on a 2 count to make the guys jump. He knows when to call it on a quick. He knows what you guys are talk to tell you, we got to make this play. So, he took control of that huddle, not like he was a rookie.
He has a great arm. There's some plays out there we left out there for him, and we should have made, but that's how it goes sometimes. So, but everything else looks smooth.
There's a lot of plays I wish I'd have had back. I couldn't make a lot more throws than that, but we won the game. That's all that matters.
Well, Grossman's numbers not all that good. He was just 13 for 30, had a meager passing rating of 60, but he made the plays when it counted. And the Vikings also, for some reason, failed to blitz Grossman early in the game. That surprised both Rex and the Bears coaching staff. From Soldier Field, Rich King for Instant Replay.
All about taking advantage of your opportunities. The Bears were out first down, outgained, outrushed, outpassed, and outpossessed. But check out that turnover column. Peanut Tillman's interception was the play that made all the difference today.